everybody, it's Jeff from Two Awesome Dads Adventures. I'm joined here today by the other awesome dad, Jody behind the camera, and we're going to talk about installing R&G's stainless steel radiator guard on this cosmic blue 2019 R1250GS. Now, this generation of bike, of course, is water cooled, has a radiator, so there's a new element of vulnerability to the bike, and especially when we're talking about off-roading, we want to protect that all-important set of radiators on this bike. So how do we do that? Well, there are a number of really good products out there. We chose to go with R&G stainless steel radiator guard, and we're going to show you how we're going to install that today. First of all, let's unwrap the bag, see what's inside. Well, we cheated a bit, took the staples off, and let's take a look at it. All right, so we open the bag. There are two radiator guards. I have one actually pre-installed, that's why I'm cheating. So pretend there's two right here. And it also came with two strips of foam with self-adhesive on them, and you need to cut those into 10 equal strips of about 1 centimeter, a little under half an inch each, and then you adhere them on the back. But I won't show you that until the install part. Not quite yet. But hey, here is the real moment of truth, right? What do we have for instructions? As we know, some products, the instructions non-existent, difficult to find. You might as well be Indiana Jones looking for the Ark of the Covenant to try to find them. And otherwise, you're on your own. May the force be with you. Bit of a movie theme there. So what did R&G supply? Well, all right, what we've got here, we've got instructions, photographs, even lists of tools required, and in multiple languages. Hey, put my hands together to R&G for some instructions that I don't have to go on the web, interweb to find, and I don't have to print. It's right in the package. That's fantastic. So again, thanks R&G. So next, you're going to see a shot of the parts, you're going to see the tools we're going to use, and then we're going to do the install. It's install time. Now we're going to put those R&G stainless steel radiator guards on the 1250GS. Now if you look, you'll see, I mentioned I already pre-assembled one. That's what it's going to look like. And on the right hand side here, you'll see where we're going to put the new one in. Now, we need a T25 Torx head to remove 3 bolts, one at the bottom and 2 to the side here. This will loosen up the radiator shroud so that we can slide in the radiator guard itself. Now, I'll show you what I was talking about earlier about the foam on the back. There's the 10 strips evenly cut, 3 on each side, 3 at the top, and 1 at the bottom. And that is going to rest on the edge of the radiator so that the guard itself isn't actually pressed against the radiator. Okay? All right, so I've already begun by loosening the 3, just to speed up the process here. And I've got my handy dish at the bottom so they're not bouncing all over the place. There's number 2. And one more at the top here. And 3's the charm, and they're in the jar. There we go. So now you'll see the shroud moves out. And over to the inside there is a black plastic tab right here. And that tab will fit into this slot on the edge of the radiator guard itself. So I'll move out the shroud, I'll put the guard up, I'm going to tuck it in at the top, set it into place, looks even and square, take that black plastic tab, put it in the slot, line up the screws, and give it a once over. It's straight and even, not resting right directly on the radiator itself. And I'm going to take one of the 3 T25 bolts. I'm going to use my fingers and get it finger tight. And have another good quick look, make sure it looks all in place. And it's really as simple as that. But without, wow, what a difference it'll make. Without, you take the chance of having a rock go through your radiator, and then it's a full stop, end of trip, and a bit of crying. So this is some good preventive maintenance, a good worthwhile installation. The nice part is if you need to get at it again, to take them off, to clean them, or do any kind of maintenance itself to the guards, it's not difficult to access. So I've done all my fingers. Just going to take the T25 bit, I'm going to do it up finger tight. As I mentioned in other videos at Two Awesome Dads Adventures, encourage you not to over tighten anything like this. Just be patient. Take a moment. Tighten them up evenly. And again, would encourage you to have the tool handy. Check them in a couple of weeks. Bikes have a tendency to do a bit more vibration, so you just want to make sure it's all nice and tight in the weeks to come. So a good little check on it. So there we go, all done nice and easy with my fingers. It's not going to take much more. There we go. A little bit of pressure from the outside helps pull the nut that's in there, pull it tight. And there we are. Just that simple. We now have the two radiators protected from the dangerous debris you can pick up on the road or off-road. So I want to thank you very much for taking the time to watch this episode of Two Awesome Dads Adventures installation of the stainless steel radiator guards. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you liked what you saw and what you learned, hit the like button, and please, we always welcome your comments. We want to improve what we're providing, and we want to know that we're on the mark. So please give us some thoughts. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.